Okay, well, we have the minutes from the February meeting. They were posted.
Yes.
So, are there any questions about the minutes?
No,
If not, we'll have a motion to accept.
I move to accept the meeting minutes from February 20th.
I second
Is
it.
that Maureen?
Yes.
Yes,
And I second it, Jenny.
okay.
Jenny. Okay,
Those in
thanks.
favor?
Aye.
Okay. Director's report. That was emailed to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go over any of that?
Any questions?
That's the May 19th.
I think it would be a good idea if you kind of run through what you've been doing the last 2 months. I think it's been rather
Yes.
impressive with,
Absolutely. I, in fact, printed some stuff here for myself. So I do have my April and May reports here. And in April, so this is our, like, half of March, we were close to the public, and April, we're close to the public. So what have we done? Especially in April, we were engaging more in online interaction. We even had an event, interactive engagement, where patrons were encouraged to post to one of our social media outlets or anywhere, send their images of what they're reading, what any of the reviews of the materials. And that in April, we started mystery and fiction book clubs online on Zoom. That was great because now we've already had several of those. And the Mystery Book Club has moved to reading one book digitally because we cannot get any books from delivery yet. So we're reading books online, and Popular Book Club has taken place several times too. First time, I think we discussed the book that we chose previously, Hillbilly Elegy. We had copies for that. And then later on, we've had a couple of Popular Book Clubs where we just discuss our reading preferences during these times if we have discovered any new authors. So I do, oh, Nancy's calling me. I apologize. Can I answer? I don't
Sure.
know. Nancy, that's Nancy. Yeah, and then I'll continue. Hello, Nancy. I'm good. Yeah, we have started the meeting for your request.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into Zoom, and I was in it for another meeting a couple of weeks ago, but I'm not getting through this time. You can go ahead with the meeting. I'll just keep going. But when you sign into Zoom,
Yes.
they should come up with the Zoom, and you just put in the phone number and the meeting ID number. I can probably do it by phone.
Yes, meeting ID and the password there. You can do it by phone in your Zoom app.
Okay. Is there some reason that's asking me for an email or a phone number?
No, you don't have to. You can just click on the link that I sent you.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, bye-bye. So apologies to everyone. She just wants to join, and there were some technical difficulties, and she should be joining us soon. Okay, so let's get back to the report. It's kind of a combined report. So the interactive engagement online, virtual poetic conversations with Beth Alexinas was my program in April to honor the Poetry Month, and we discussed her book of poetry. Susan Wheeler with Lemonade Diet, that's the author visit with her book presentation, that's on Zoom. And also discussion, it was also streamed also on Facebook Live, so everything can be viewed later on. And now going into May, we've had the presentation May 14th, Marie Kondo, organizing of your home. That was really great. That presentation was scheduled to take place in real life, but we have decided to just move it online and make it happen. Storytime Online is regular on Tuesdays, streaming, and it's also recorded on Facebook and people can view, and it's available on the website. Today, in fact, Sue did this Storytime Online. I do apologize, guys. Yeah, it looks like a 567 number. It may be Nancy or I don't know.
And
Do you want me to take it?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. Hello? Yes? Okay. Yeah, no, no worries. Yes.
Just to do
What
one
it
first.
what it could, I cannot tell you right now, but what you could do, you have a link from my email, Zoom link, in the email I sent you as an invitation. Do you have that one?
Elena, she needs to put 1929.
Okay. Yeah, so, Jen, you are 1929. Okay, because it's a long distance call. Okay? Okay, okay, sure, thank you. Bye. So, yeah, okay, so help a couple of board members to get on, we will all connect. All righty, that's kind of going into May already with the online programming. And what we do, let's see, this is sort of new. At the end of April, per First Selectman's suggestion, and it's really been working, we started drive up pickup of materials. What we do, you can contact the library either online, let's see, either, there are several ways. MorrisPublicLibrary.net, you can place a request online, or you can call 567-7440, place a request, but then you need make an appointment to pick up your materials. And we do it Tuesday through Thursday from 2 to 3. It's been very popular, I'm very busy. Sometimes I would just schedule on a different day because I don't have any more slots. We accept book returns now, and we empty the book drop every other day, then let the materials sit for 24 hours and also clean them with the disinfectant. So, but usually, as I said, I've done I've looked at many descriptions of how germs die. So I would say we're pretty safe with doing that, that type of a way of quarantining books for several days, and then also cleaning them. So this is kind of in short, and also, as I said, it's very busy, and trying to now with Gail's resignation, it's very hard because it's the work, we're still doing all that work. We're even doing more work because people don't come and pick out their own books. We choose them the books and then we hold them out. So it's just an additional step, which is great that we can do it in the circumstances that there are right now. Okay, yeah, I'm planning on the summer reading, which we've talked a bit about. We'll do drive-through pickup on the day of a kind of a kickoff, and then everything will be available totally online, or patrons will have a choice if they can visit at that time to pick up anything they would like to pick up. And things going forward, we do have an event on June 2nd online, and again, ongoing story music time online, and ongoing mystery and fiction book, fiction used to be fiction, popular book club. Any questions?
I think you're doing great. I mean, I've watched a lot of the programs. The Marie Kondo one was excellent. I really it wasn't harmed at all by being a video. It was something that lent itself to that. I was sorry to miss the lemonade one, but
it's recorded. In fact, it's recorded in our Facebook page, not from the very beginning, but almost from the very beginning, because I had some technical difficulties, but it was great. Absolutely go to Morris Public Library's Facebook page, and the Lemonade Diet, who is Susan Wheeler, who is indeed Kathy Wheeler's daughter-in-law, is recorded there, and we have her book now in our collection. So yeah, the only challenge we absolutely, it's like it would seem, especially now we have advanced on doing more things, and in the situation when the library is not open, I mean, it's not open to the public, people don't come in. We have expanded, and it definitely, whatever Gail was not doing at the time because she was out, it's just, it has to be done. Again, just noting that we kind of not doing it at this time.
I really appreciate the fact that you're offering books to us again. Being
Mm.
able to come in and pick up books like I did this afternoon. It's saving grace for being home.
Oh, keeps us sane.
Great, you're enjoying it. Yeah, we absolutely love doing that. We love doing that. It's yeah, especially that, especially in the first place, people were so glad that we even called them to say that their book is
Yes.
here. We would
Yep.
like to schedule an appointment. So this interaction, longing for interaction and communication about books or anything, it definitely is taking place right now in our current situation, unfortunately.
Well, I can just see so much potential for this virtual stuff. I'm terrible at it. Tracy had to set me up, and I'm using her computer because my computer's too old to have a microphone. So I've got to get myself a new computer, I guess, at some point. But anyway, I mean,
Just get another
there's just so much potential. And, you know, the fact that, you know, you were right out there, first day on the job, you know, to bring this to the library.
Mhm.
I just see it, you know, using it. I'm even wondering if you can do this, like, you know, some of it virtual and some of it live.
Yeah, there have been requests, and especially now since we still continue doing digital programming only, as far as I know, this is just what's allowed, but it makes sense. Because if you look at the situation, the summer camps are closing. I don't know, but it's great. And what we have found out that Zoom works, that for some meetings, and Facebook Live works for Story Music Time, because it's there, they can participate, they can view it at the time it's being streamed, and then they can view it later on. And, you know, talking to other librarians, they tried Zoom on children's programming, doesn't work as well as, let's say, streaming live Facebook or Instagram. I haven't done Instagram, but since I do have a lot of Facebook followers, it does get received well.
Well, those programs are just as cute as can be.
Yeah.
They are.
They really are adorable.
They are. You do a great job.
Thank you.
Hi, Elena.
Hi,
you-
Jen. So glad you have joined.
Yeah, I jumped in, but I couldn't get it to work, so I'll just sit here and listen. Is Tom on too? And he's just not.
Yes,
and he's-
looks like Tom is with us. Yep. And we have board members. You see who is here: Jeannie, Sally, Jen, and Maureen, and Beth. And Nancy also just telephoned, and she said she will be joining.
Where's Nancy? That was the only one I'm missing.
She
Yeah,
was
I
in a
see everybody.
meeting.
She just
Okay.
called, and she said she'll be joining.
Erica's connecting too. Isn't that
Yeah,
nice?
Erica's coming, I think. Yeah, so it's all, yes.
That's nice.
It
I guess. Yes, Sally.
I have a technical question, if I may. When Elena gave us reports for March, April, and this month, and can we approve all three of them at once, or do we have to do them one at a time? Does anybody know? I thought we could do all three at once. You know, when the time comes that someone will make a motion.
Well, what reports are we, I mean, we haven't had any meetings.
No, I'm talking about the director's report.
Oh, okay.
She
We
sent us a report March, April, and May. We haven't been having meetings, but boy, she's been working, and she's sending her reports every month.
I thought we already okayed the last one that she did.
That would be in February. That
No,
would be in February.
one she just did, talked about more.
In May, yes.
May, yes.
Nobody made a motion.
Somebody did.
I did.
Seconded it.
That was the minutes. I'm not talking about, did I say minutes? I mean the
Oh.
director's.
No, I was confused too. I was thinking, what were we, I was
I
trying
guess
to
it
figure
was
out
a
what we were
minute.
approving.
Yeah, no, we did the minutes. It's just when it's time to, somebody wants to make a motion. Can we make a motion that we do March, April, and May?
I don't see why not.
Okay, just want to clarify, thanks.
Who wants to make the motion? You want me to make the motion?
Sure.
And
The
Ginny?
motion that we accept the director's report for February, March, April, and May. Is that how it was?
Mhm. Mhm.
I second.
Was that Maureen?
It
All
was?
in favor?
Yeah, Maureen.
Okay, thanks.
All in favor?
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, fundraising. Nancy wanted to set a date. We could do this next time, but for the gala. And I'd like a consensus of what people think about it. I haven't done anything. We kind of fell into this and haven't done anything since then. So I'm really not sure that it's something we should do this year, but we certainly need the money.
I don't think we can set a date, though.
Well, I think we can set a direction as to when we'd like to try to do it. Just such a crazy situation that
It is.
you don't know what's going to happen. I think Nancy was thinking September or October. I am not sure, number one, that if Ben is going to do anything at all, number one, but if he is, those would be the prime
Yeah.
dates.
5 months for him.
And yeah. So I don't know that he'd be willing to do it for us for what we pay him.
I don't think so. And I don't, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I think if I were going to do it, I would aim it towards November, thinking maybe people would come because it would be pre-Christmas and they could get stuff for Christmas.
I agree.
Again, I'm not firm on this either way. So
I agree with you, Sally. This is Maureen. And I think later is better than October. I think October's still too soon. I
okay.
like the November as a tentative, knowing that it may not work. So,
I agree, and we can't really set a date unless Ben can give us one.
right.
All we can do is propose. We're hoping to in November. I agree. Later is better. But I mean, then he's going to be with all the all the holiday and
Mhm.
Yeah,
then-
definitely going
I don't have
later.
any problem in contacting him and seeing, what his thoughts are. I just wanted a direction before I did.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think it's worth it contacting them.
Yeah.
I
See what
think
he
it's
said.
nice to contact them and let them know we're still interested.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then if he can give us a date, then that's what we go for.
Sounds good. So Sally, you'll do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question about that? Do we need to notify the vendors who we've already gotten stuff from and just say, have they gotten anything to know that we're, oh, I lost you, Sally. Nancy
I'm
just
here.
came in over there. Yeah, I'm looking at you. But I mean, what do we do? Would it be a good idea or we would put it out as a press release or something when we finally decide it or something? And then, because I just am worried about, we've got all this stuff that we got from people and if, that we should at least let them know,
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And I haven't known what to tell people. So quite frankly, I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't do anything until we settle on a date.
Right.
We'll go
Yeah.
back and forth a million times. Nance, I don't know whether you heard or not. We talked about what month we'd like to go for, and everybody felt November. Simply because we felt, number one, Ben might not be interested in hosting us early on if in the prime months. And if we did it later, we might have a better chance of having it be able
Did
to.
anybody say anything about October?
Yeah, we decided it was still too early.
Okay, so then if we're gonna do November, do it as early as you can.
Yeah, you don't want it too near too near
No,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, there's holidays, and if the
Yeah.
schools are back, there's
Okay.
holidays, school holidays in November. And then, of course, Thanksgiving. So if we do it as early as we can in November, and hopefully, a lot of times November's a nice weather, so that would be good. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Okay,
But
well, I'll
Nancy,
see what
we
he can
also
do.
said, oh, yeah, but Nancy, we also said that, Elena is concerned about whether or not there's any openings at, yeah.
Okay.
Over at the farm. Yeah, over at the
Yeah, well,
farm.
that's always a concern.
Okay, so we'll just call them and find out.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out and see
Sally
what's.
will give them a call and she'll find out, what the options are. I bet there's openings in November.
I bet
We're
there's
not so
nobody everywhere now. I mean, nobody has known what to do.
Right.
I would like to get Elena's office cleaned out so she can use it, particularly in this time of trying to self-distance or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that means all of us taking some of the stuff that we have stashed for the gala and
Oh, okay.
bringing it home until we're closer to the day.
You just have to
Okay.
figure out a system.
I can help out with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we're still not letting people in the building. I could bring some stuff out to you or downstairs.
Sure.
I
Yes.
don't know how that would be allowed. If we settle on a date, as I said, as of yet, we cannot have people in the building. We
Yes.
could settle it. There's a lot of stuff in the glass cabinet. We can wait. I can though bring some of the stuff that's in the office to you
That's
outside
what it was
or
primarily.
downstairs.
And we
Would
can
that
put
work?
stuff- we can put stuff up on the shelves.
Yes, there's stuff up there.
Nobody's allowed in the town hall other than employees.
That would be a question to Tom. So far, we didn't, as I said, just employees and
Okay,
downstairs.
so what about your staff? Could they help you out with that?
We can. We actually, our schedule this week, we try to also not work together. Yes. What's gonna happen? What we could do, we could start just kind of cleaning out the office that I could bring to you outside. And then
Yes.
later on, we can just wait until to do the rest of it for later on because it's not in the way. It's in the glass cabinet, and when the glass cabinet gets revamped, it's already
Okay.
the time that I have to say, yeah, we can set the date for me to bring out things for everyone for that's in the office.
Set up a schedule. I know that when I brought things for the pantry, I just called up Tommy and he met me at the door.
Yes, yes.
And in the parking lot, and all I did was open up the back of my Jeep and he took what was in
Yes.
there.
What
So
it
if we
is,
set up a schedule, that would be okay.
I do have it pick out books by appointment, but I'm thinking if we agree with the board, let's see, or we can discuss that later. Since I have book pickup 2 to 3, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we can set up a schedule for everyone. Again, I'm not there all the time to 3 to 4, or in the evening. Now girls are in the evening. We can set it up. I can contact you by email. Or would you like to discuss it right now?
I think if you contacted us by email, we can tell you
Yeah,
based on the choices when we can come with our vehicles and put stuff in.
Yes.
it.
yeah, this way,
Yes, that's a good idea. Set up a schedule and then everybody, like Maureen said, will sign
Yeah.
up for whatever day or time is good. But if you have, give a variety, a wide range of options that is good for you, and then we'll pick what we can do to do that.
Okay,
I'm-
as I mentioned, we do have people work in the evening, so it could be someone in my other staff member, as long as we have the schedule. And
Yeah, I
everything.
just spoke to Yvonne. Yvonne was, yeah, so she was at the library.
Yes.
Yeah, what I just
Mhm.
called.
Yeah, we were trying to do regular schedule and social distance
Hmm.
as much as we can, yeah.
Okay.
And I just want to say, Elaine, unfortunately, I won't be able to take any of the items because I have all of the decorations that I'm storing.
Okay, who can take the items? Let me know.
I can, Maureen, I can.
Maureen out of the office. So for now, I'm just talking out of the office.
I'll take some.
Yeah,
Sally
put me in.
and Jen. So I'll schedule you guys in.
Jen doesn't have a
Jeannie-
lot of stuff. I can get my platter back, but I don't have a lot of room here.
No, there isn't not a lot of things. There are not a lot of things in the office.
Yeah.
As long as the office, then I'm thinking I can have more room there and also kind of semi-organized.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have Maureen, Sally, and Jen. Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
So
And
I'll count-
Nancy,
and Nancy, awesome. So Nancy can take some. Yeah, we can do a schedule every 10 minutes. I don't know, or we'll,
Sure.
we'll make it work.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so that sounds good. Did I miss anything because I came in late? I don't think so. You started on the fundraising?
Well, we actually started on the director's report. So Elena, gave a pretty comprehensive
Oh, gee, I missed
what
that.
she's done and
Yeah, but it's
you know,
written
the
up for you.
success of the virtual programs and that kind of
Okay,
thing.
okay, good update. Okay,
Oh,
so
it's all written down.
move into new business for the, I have on the agenda the Board of Finance budget meeting that got moved. Do we know, was that something in the paper on Facebook or that we found out about this moving to a virtual meeting? And do we have any idea if that, do we have a date or anything, or we're just waiting for an email?
Well, it's still the 28th as far as I know.
Oh, the date didn't change.
The date didn't change.
Oh,
What was confusing is I think people are under the impression that there's going to be a vote. I really don't have any idea. I think we should still go forward as we had planned,
okay.
to encourage people to support the library.
Yeah. So, okay, so I can revamp that. It can be when Bev does the minutes, she can put in that, yes, the schedule is the same on 5/28. And what is that, 7 o'clock
Yes, it is 7 o'clock.
for a town meeting, and that's for the budget. So, and I put the email in there to the Board of Finance purposely so that people could go ahead as planned, which we had wanted them to do, and email to the Board of Finance in support of the library. Sally, who picks up that email?
Not me. Chris, I suppose.
Chris does. Okay. So I would expect at the town meeting that when the Board of Finance comes in to the meeting to speak, that there would be a time for them to share the emails, which is what I think that they had asked at the Board of Finance for that to happen in the first place. So do you think that would still be taking? They would
I
still
would hope
take that
so.
up?
I mean, wouldn't you think then they would have the
Yes.
answers to the,
Yes,
that's why you're sending in your questions.
yes, exactly.
Now, I don't know this about the vote. Tom may have the answer to that. Is how they plan on doing a vote.
So is that all the things that the notice to us said, that they were going to do a town virtual meeting instead of having the Board of Finance do that scheduled meeting on 5/28, and that's really all we know?
Yes.
Pretty vague.
Could we ask him?
Okay, I have the announcement in front of me. And it says the people have to send the email to the Board of Finance at townofmorris.com or by mail, and it has the address. And they must be sent between May 13th and May 27th, inclusive, so both dates at the front and at the end.
Okay.
And then the Board of Finance will consider these letters or emails before acting upon the budget. If there was no change, then I'm assuming it would be on May 28th. It doesn't state that, but it's implied because the voting or the comments end on May 27th.
Okay. Can I just ask a correction? I have the BOF at townandmorrisct.com. Is that what you have?
Yes. Yes, sorry
That's
if
what
I said that wrong.
Okay, I
Yeah,
just wanted to make sure that the one that I sent was correct. Okay.
right.
BOF,
That's the one.
townofmorris.connecticut.com.
Yeah, ct.com.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so we'll hopefully have a good meeting there and that
Yeah,
the Board of
you know,
Finance will speak for us.
This is interesting because it apparently went out on May 18th, but you can send your letter from May 13th. So that
Okay.
would have
Could have been a typo.
been,
Okay, so did, when I sent out the agenda, I sent out the copy of the resignation letter. We can go on to Gail. Did y'all get that?
yeah.
Yes.
So there's a question between resign or, what was the other thing? Resigning or retiring?
Retiring.
And it actually did say resign, so that's why I put that in the agenda.
Correct.
So let's figure out what we want to do with that position, which we called it an assistant director. I'm not sure if it's going to be an assistant director or a librarian or an assistant librarian. We can review that. Also, I sent the library positions current prior to the shutdown. I got that from Elena, and specifically I sent that so that we could at least review what the schedule was, what the hours were, what the operation of the library was before this. Because when we talk about a new library director, we want to talk about the positions. And in order to have the current or the past information on the schedule, I thought that would be helpful.
Okay. I got the resignation. I got the budget, but I didn't get the the schedule of hours.
Okay.
No,
I don't think
nor
that
did I.
It's
necessarily.
the same
Oh, yeah,
as it's been.
I did.
So
I did.
it's-
On the other side. Got it. Got it. Sorry. I had to turn
Okay.
over the paper.
I
So
thought it was,
Sally, do you want to take this?
yeah, well, I just thought it was time to look at the job description.
Yes.
It was built specifically around Gail at the time when we did it. And that's kind of why it was assistant director. I think it's probably time just to make it librarian. I think it should be a full-time position. It was, 27 hours. It should be 30 hours so that she can, whoever takes that. So it's an attractive job.
Yeah.
Problems with people, not staying because the job doesn't offer the health benefit. It's not a full-time position. And, I think that we need to do that. I think we need those hours. We know that we need those hours. And, go forward in that just reevaluate what we have there and before we actually hire for it. And we also, it's because it's a union position, we have to be sure to do it right. I'm not sure how to do that, but anyway,
Well, we did it before.
yeah.
We posted it at the town hall, and we probably put something in the newspaper.
That was after. It has to be posted. When I did it was Sue's new position. I went through Laurel. It has to be posted through the union, and she gives it to Sue, and then it gets posted on the union board for 5 days. I think I may be wrong. And then later on, after it's been there for 5 days, if the board is not willing to, let's see, promote from within or hire from within, whoever's qualified, if any, then as far as I know, then it can be posted.
Oh,
So
okay.
these
So
are,
it goes to Laurel first.
yeah, first selectman's office. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, first
Okay.
selectman's office did instruct me on that last time. And what I did, and as I said, and then we went through all the approval stages, that was for Sue.
I remember that it had to go to the union first, and then I remember seeing it posted downstairs in the community
Yes,
community
it's,
room,
it
so
was
yeah,
fairly
okay.
recent with Sue. So it's up to you guys whether you, again, think about it, whether anyone is qualified for promotion and you're viewing that to change that into 30 hours. And then that would free another position that we currently have at 15. And there was another discussion, so this is kind of going forward, but there was another discussion since right now you're not, you're not making a decision and you would not like to, so would you like to start hiring right now or posting it right off? Or how, my concern is how do we handle now the shortage of staff? Because it's really, now we hopefully in the future will be reopening because it is a lot of work that needs to be done. That was,
I think right now, immediately until we fill Gail's position, that we just need to use the girls for additional hours if necessary. So,
yes, so
know,
that I would
it's
need,
not a permanent thing, but I think that we have also determined that we need additional hours for the staff. We've needed that for 2 years now.
so can I increase in the contract says, and I've reread that, library assistant 15 hours or more for
Right.
library director's discretion. And I probably do need the board's approval of that. I would probably like to increase both of them temporarily, right? You're still looking at the position. Temporarily, Sue and Yvonne to 20 hours because I don't have the other position at all filled. So how's
Right. Well,
that?
I think that they're going to need to go to 20 hours permanently anyway.
So to increase to 20 hours right now, you guys, if you would also put in your minutes and sort of send to the first selectman, that I have the board's
Right.
a decision on that. Okay.
Yes,
So increase to 20 hours currently, whoever's in.
Right, and then until we hire for the new position, I think then we have to hire for that and then see where it falls, whether or not one of our girls steps up and
Yeah,
takes
so
that, or
that's,
whether
okay.
we hire, from scratch.
It's, so, yeah, just because really it's, this is the situation, so.
it's imperative that we get something going. I would say that since we're looking at what the job description is, when we probably have to make a decision on how we want the job description to be in order to write something up with regard to an ad to post to the union board on what the position is or not. Or do we just write something up so that we can get it out immediately and get it to Laurel, and then have another meeting or discussion with regard to what the job description should say? What do you think, Sally?
Well, I did some work on the job description today. And so I think that's pretty near ready. It's just a matter of
Okay,
over it and being sure that we haven't missed anything.
okay,
It's not like, you don't post every last thing in the job description. You generally get down, what the responsibilities of the job. Yeah.
okay,
So I don't think that's too hard. That we can do fairly quickly
okay.
and, go from there. Yeah. I'm anxious to get this done, but I just don't want to rush into something that we're not going to be happy with when we get, when we get finished. So.
Okay, so just,
Could I-
what are your directions to me currently?
I'd go forward just as you are and post the position and see whether we got any people that are interested.
So post the position, give it to Laurel.
Yes,
How many hours?
30.
I mean, that's it. Tom is attending, so can I do that? Because my board is saying I can do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And also,
Excuse me. Okay, for this 30-hour position, is this just going to be a library assistant now? Is that what we're calling her?
I would call it a librarian. I think this is an important,
librarian?
it's in between the other two.
Okay, so it'll be a librarian?
I think I would call her, we call it an assistant director because Elena and Gail were more or less sharing the position when we started this. But
Right, right.
this
But
is
right now,
not-
how do you
This is
want
not Gail anymore. This is a whole new, situation.
Right, how do you want to name it?
Can you name it library assistant rather than assistant librarian?
Or assistant to the director, the library assistant. Is that what you said, Maureen?
Library assistant is what I think.
Well, no, it's not an assistant position. I would just call her a librarian.
But what does that
Okay.
position mean if it's
But she's not a
librarian?
librarian.
What does
But
that-
you don't know if you're going to have a librarian. That's a whole different issue.
Yeah, it's,
I don't know what that position says or means.
I think on the Connecticut Library website, it kind of gives guidance to this with a job description.
So we should
Well,
look for that.
I think let's,
Go back mine. Oh, it's in the car. But I have that whole thing about the library,
oh,
the
the
state
handbook.
library, in the car. You want me to grab it? Do you want, I'll go get it.
Okay.
Let me get
In the
it.
meantime, there's, I think that Sally has done a couple of drafts for job description and different names, librarian, library assistant, assistant to the director. We need to come up with one of those.
I just have to tell you that as a certified librarian, if you attach that title to someone who is not a certified librarian, personally, I find it offensive. I mean, there's a legal qualification to be called a librarian. And
Okay.
I know I'm being a horse. about
Slightly
this, but-
different in Connecticut. There is like no certification that you have to go through if you're a public librarian. There are educational requirements, more or less, or it's really different in Connecticut for public librarianship. There is certification for school librarianship.
Okay.
It's up to you. Yeah, it kind of, if you look at job descriptions, though I don't know, as I said, it's up to the board how you want to call it, library assistant to the director or something.
Okay.
So
Well,
I-
Elena, what is your take on this? Elena, what is your take? What do you want this position to be called?
I don't know.
Because she's
Really, and then-
basically going to be your right-hand person.
Yeah, because we cannot require any I mean, we always hire educated people, but we cannot make it a requirement.
Right.
Because they say the pay rate is not probably, but though at this time there are a lot of people who take the job. I don't know. Again, looking at the union contract, there is no such a position. It's a difficult situation. At the same time, the library board has always had a different their own positions because the library board sets the positions.
Well, we always called Gail the assistant director,
Assistant
What was-
director is fine.
What
fine
did
with
the
me.
union contract call her?
library assistant.
Library
It
assistant?
just lumped everybody together. There was no differentiation.
Right.
Okay.
But nobody ever asked the library board what it should be called. I mean, they just lumped it all in.
Okay.
Okay, staffing, the library director out of this. Oh, this is interesting. The library director is in charge of hiring, firing, evaluating, and disciplining all staff members.
Yes.
That's what this says. So
That's
she
correct.
has, okay. Directing and leading. A library director motivates and leads the staff. He or she should inspire, give direction, and communicate with them. Board members direct and lead only through the director. Operations, hiring the library director. Now I'm looking to see whether or not there's something about.
Jen, we're not hiring a library director.
I know, I'm looking to see if there's something in here. I'm trying to find if there's something about, you're saying,
Yeah, since,
Other
I do have that contract, the union contract, and unfortunately there isn't such a position as assistant director. I don't know how that would be. As I said, I can submit what I have, my suggestion of the description to Laurel. And last time she did make changes, whatever was required. And if Sally has made a description of the position, that would be appreciated. If you don't mind sharing that with me.
I mean, I just thought it should be a more important position.
It is. It's
library.
I don't know how you want to title it. That it definitely is more important. If you want it to be full time, especially.
Yeah, well, we definitely do. I mean, I
Yeah.
think you definitely want to make it at a position that somebody's going to want to take and keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't say anything in here other than it's just about Elena, the library director. That's
That's
how
right.
they look at it. But
Okay,
it's
so,
interesting.
so guys, if we're gonna post this, we have to have a name.
What do you mean a name? A name of what it's going to be?
We have to name the position. If we're gonna post this and send something to Laurel, looking for a
Okay.
position to replace Gail, we have to come up with a name.
What about assistant librarian?
I think that's
It's
fine.
not a library.
Or if you have in the contract, you have library assistant, you can call it library assistant to the director.
Yes,
Are you
director.
saying in the union contract it says library assistant?
Yes.
Well, so what's the matter with that?
Yeah, that's library. So to make it more important, if you would like, you could just call it library
Just
assistant.
take out
to
the
director.
assistant part. I mean, but I don't care.
Yeah. The library assistant to the director, I don't know. That probably would cover it because it's just, it's definitely a broad position.
Well, okay, so library assistant to the director. Why don't you just say library director assistant?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Library director assistant,
Okay, the board,
not to
Okay.
the, but just library director
Okay,
assistant.
okay.
How does, look, Maureen, what do you think of that?
That's okay.
How about Sally?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Library director assistant.
Sounds good.
Okay, so at least we have a name so that we can put that on when we're looking for a position.
Are we going to post both positions?
if this time I do have the girls, and this position gets posted, and if the girl, so far, to survive, will increase to 20 hours, to everyone who is currently employed, at 15. And then, so there's no empty position as of compared to what we had before Gail resigned.
So you're looking
Right.
to post for the new position for the library director assistant, but you also want to post something for the 10 hours that we've been missing all these years?
I think if we add the hours to the library assistants,
Yeah,
we can
Then
see where we're at.
That's going to take its place?
Hopefully, that will be 10 hours.
and by contract, I cannot.
Oh,
do it.
okay.
I
Okay, that
cannot
way
do
we don't
10
have to,
hours.
okay, that way we don't have to do the second position.
Yeah,
Okay,
in
I
10
mean,
hours.
There'll
you
be
cannot-
there'll be two 20-hour positions plus a 30-hour position.
I get it. I like that better. I like that better, Sally.
Okay, so there'll be 2 20 hours and 1 30.
Yes.
Okay. So we still need to hire a person for 20 hours.
Right.
Right, okay.
Oh, let's see.
Are we-
If any current employee
Yeah.
gets promoted, then that 20 hours, yes.
Right,
Yeah, if you promote from within, because you, in the union and in if whatever, if you want to promote out of the whoever already is employed,
Yeah.
then only in that situation you would hire for the vacant position. So far, it's not,
Right.
something we probably should be discussing in detail. Yeah,
Okay, I get your point. You're saying you got the 30-hour library director assistant and you got two employees for 20 hours each. So now you're saying just to post for the new position for 30, but then again, if you decide to move up Sue or Yvonne, then you're going to have her take the 30-hour, then you're going to be minus a 20-hour.
You're right. Then,
Oh my gosh, so
then we will have
that's
to-
another issue.
it is an issue, and thinking it is actually, when you look at the current staff, it would be good to just promote. This way you don't have to search for that. But then when that person gets promoted, there is another position empty.
Right.
And that would be 20.
Yes.
So what,
I mean-
so what is your feeling about that? You've said it, you've mentioned it a few times. Are you looking to promote Sue or Yvonne, or are we looking to get a new, somebody new in for the library director assistant?
What I was thinking, and I would absolutely, I would love the whole board to meet with, let's see, shall we just both of them meet with the board? Because I know both of them want this job.
Okay,
Like, it's like my
yes,
feeling currently.
yes.
As I said, we're in the board meeting, it's being recorded. I don't know. Can I express my preferences during the board meeting?
Go for it.
I don't have any preferences, but detail orientation, and probably kind of more of a self-starter, more of a, better with certain things that probably will be good in that position. That I would probably go towards Sue, because she has more education. And again, Yvonne does well in what she does. And if the board wants to interview both of them before you make a decision, and they're both in the union, so that would be just for first appealing to the union
Okay.
members. Yes, that would be what I would suggest.
Well, this is a library director assistant who's going to be working with you, under you,
Yes.
for you. I think it's important for you to have an opinion, to
Yes,
make a recommendation, to
And-
have a comfort level with Sue, if that's what you're looking at, to this is somebody that you're going to be working with. You're the best person, I think, to make some kind of a recommendation on that.
I know. So far as out of existing whom I have, and also Gail's position, as Sally has mentioned, was kind of unique, and she did it was just created for her. And I was thinking at this time, as I said, Sue is a children's coordinator and more of an assistant. But right now, as I said, it's if in this interim situation, I would just have to delegate all the jobs that are not being done to this or that girl that is currently employed, because I just can't do it all myself.
Right.
So, and it's like this is what it is. It's like, out of the existing ones, this is what my feelings are. But definitely we can do the whole thing and interview and go from there. I don't even know if we can interview in person.
In Zoom?
We can probably do that. So I don't know. Or
Maybe, possibly, if they both put their resumes in,
Yes.
we interview them on Zoom,
yes,
we discuss afterwards. That way they both feel like they have both been considered.
that's what
And then
what I was saying. I was kind of like, not just, oh, this person gets promoted because they are, whatever. I was
Right.
thinking of just doing it equally. It's got also the board, you guys, hire and fire personnel recommend. And
Right.
I would say probably this is the best way to sort of see whom we have.
Yes.
Exactly.
So what was
Yes.
going to happen, I give it the position to Laurel, and then after, and once it's posted in the union board, then the girls can submit their resumes.
Okay.
Right.
And I will submit the resumes to the board.
May I
And we
ask
can
a
Okay.
schedule, we can schedule a meeting and we can meet.
We can Zoom. We can probably do it on the same evening. think?
Whichever you prefer, yeah. But since they work at the library, yes, and I will just tell them that it's available and they can both apply.
May I ask a
Correct.
question?
I'm
Is there-
confused.
Is there a stipulation in the union contract about someone who has seniority having preferential choice for the job?
Yes, there is. We're gonna have to investigate that a little bit because it's rather detailed. But I believe you're allowed to take the person who has the best qualifications.
Yeah, yes, that's
So,
my understanding.
Do you
and
have to
I
open it?
some qualifications in the job. So,
Like, all things being equal, seniority gets it.
yeah, but there are qualifications and educational qualifications.
That's
That's what I'm saying. All things being equal, education and everything else, whoever has the seniority gets the job.
Don't we have to open it to the public?
No,
Not, I don't,
Not yet,
not when you,
not after the fact, after.
also.
Okay.
My thought was Gail only could work during the day, and I'm absolutely fine with that position to be not just during the day. It could be at night because
Yes,
it's just
Yeah.
that Gail at one point in time did not feel comfortable working at night. So again, as I'm saying, I'm gonna just have the amount of hours I can have, and then I will just distribute depending on
yes,
what
you
needs
will
to be
make,
done.
you will make the schedule.
Yeah. So
right.
just
I mean, I
saying.
don't think you want to look at what Gail did because that was another time and another, it
Right.
served another need. So,
Yeah,
And
you
now
need to
it's-
Go forward with this.
yes.
It's the time and it's the hours that you need them to work. They need to be flexible.
Yes, so we have the current employees are very flexible. I mean,
Right.
it just
Yes, they are.
in this situation that with COVID and everything, we've had a lot of things happening, and I mean, hopefully it's over soon. But everyone reliable and does their job well. So
Yeah. But I was going to say at the same time, can you post the job that is going to become vacant to eliminate a downtime as far as, going through the whole process that makes you short until you get somebody else hired?
see, at the same time, so the board is not sure whether you guys are. So are you sure you're going to promote from within? So I can't, because technically the person has not been promoted and the position is not vacant yet. It's tough. This is how I start to think, because really think about it. Am I even allowed?
Yeah, go ahead. and do
I
it.
don't,
I would
I-
say do it. I don't think this, if you end up not filling it, you don't fill it. All you're doing is posting a position.
Yeah,
that doesn't
so
become
you want me
available.
to also post library assistant for 20 hours?
Yeah.
Right? And with everything, I've been rethinking everything. Everyone's doing everything, and we really have rejuggled things.
right.
I don't know. So just library assistant would focus on children's services and more, how I had that for Sue. It was sort of,
You don't know at this point. what
library
you need.
assistant. It's,
Yeah, but keep in mind, Elena, keep in mind that this is your charge. You're in charge of hiring. So don't doubt that is a responsibility of yours, because it is.
I mean, I'm not denying. I've always tried to do my job well.
And you do, but this is part of it.
Thank you. Yeah, so I have you want me to do 30 hours for library director assistant and 20 hours for library assistant.
Yeah.
Correct.
Exactly.
So I kind of was a little, I don't know whether I was focused on some other thing. I'm a little confused though. So now, if you're saying that Sue and Yvonne being part of the union, or anybody else, like whoever is, like if somebody who's working in the union and not in the library but wants to apply for the job, we would interview those.
You don't
Then,
necessarily have to interview. First, you look and see who has the qualifications.
Right.
okay, And
I
then
wouldn't
you
interview
go in your-
everybody that applied. I'd sort of sort it out, and like we always did in the past, and say, okay, these are the people that have the qualifications. They have the what's necessary to fill the position. Sometimes it's a no-brainer
somebody from
because the
outside?
person is the person with the seniority. So you have to
It's,
look.
yeah, that's a tough
the process.
situation. So it's how that would work.
So it's not just the two of them or anyone that's in the union. It will also be available to the public after that, is what you're saying?
No
For the
one
blind-
from the union takes it. As
If
far as
someone
it,
from the
yes,
union doesn't take it, then it will be available.
yes.
Okay,
So it's
Jen.
when, yes,
Jen, the union part is
Yeah.
the posting of a position in both of them with regard to the union gets 5 days. They get 5 days first to do
Mhm.
something within the union, within a union person. And then after that, it goes out to anyone out there. We would post it publicly.
okay. So we would still post it publicly, or if we got one or the other of those people or whoever would apply from the union, we would have to make a determination out of them whether or not they have the qualifications?
no, no.
Or they would automatically get it?
No, Jen, if you don't.
sorry.
As far as no, let's
I'm
see,
being
if you don't like
stupid.
someone who is currently employed, then later on, let's see, or I don't know. So again, now I'm getting confused. Technically, yeah, I know both of the ladies are going to apply. And
Okay.
after you probably interview both of them and decide not to hire either of them, then we will post. I don't know, that would be also the conversation with the
Okay.
town.
So the justification is such that, like, if you can say to those people that you don't feel that they would be, if you interview with both of them and neither of them really seems like it would work as a full, your library director or assistant, whatever, then they would continue with their jobs as they are, and
Yeah,
then you go.
Yes.
But if
I
one of
would
them
beg
says they
to-
want it, they then, or you figure that one of them, then you'd have to hire somebody else to replace that person, right? Is what
Correct.
we're saying?
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just
No,
kind
no
of.
worries, it's a really
I mean,
complicated.
There was other things,
Very
going on, and
complicated, and it indeed is, because that is currently, especially in the circumstances, we have to juggle that situation, and it's not entirely clear, and we have to abide by the rules and all of that.
I understand. So we have to go through that first before we open it up to the public, to somebody.
Yeah, I think we're pretty set with that because we were here before doing this, and I think that we understood what was required, and that's how we followed it. So that's
Okay.
what we're going to do the same thing.
I would say, ladies, that definitely out of the two current employees, I mean, Gail's job, she did it very well and all of that, but it definitely could be done by either of those girls. Because they are, again, I've worked with Yvonne and with Sue not that long, but just in training, and they're already trained. So think about it. The person is trained on Biblimation. No training. The only training is going to be this specific position, which is going to be in their library loan, all the book clubs, all the stats, all the circuits. Now we're going to do it differently. So it's a lot of detailed work. And the work with the state of Connecticut on stats, this is a little bit of training.
I think that it would be a big benefit for you.
Yeah,
Elaine. I think it would be a huge benefit for you if you felt strong enough to elevate one of these girls into that position. I think it would be a huge asset for you.
Thank you, because they're already trained. So think about it. When we got it,
and they've already worked with you, and they're already in the fold.
Yes, and they know the system. They're comfortable with transitioning to the web client. So it's very difficult to find someone with the evergreen experience. And this is so crucial. And everyone, even both Sue and Yvonne, didn't have the evergreen experience. We trained them both on the new web client. And now I'm going to be transitioning to that soon when Biblimation's back, whatever. It's kind of on hold at the moment. So that's why I'm telling you that my feeling that having someone who has already been with us will be a smoother transition and knows the ropes, sort of. And
I
again,
agree.
Right.
sort of,
I
it's not-
agree.
and this is that, and then another position opens up. So again, this is so important. If someone comes with the Biblimation knowledge, with the library knowledge already, this is so important. And looking at both Sue and Yvonne, the good things about them were, of course, they had library experience, both of them. And both of them that were hired for technology, that was Yvonne and Sue, children's, focus with children, so had experience in that. And then a library assistant, and it of course will be training. And we've got situations, as you know, over the years when there were times when it didn't work out. And I think
Yes.
there's a probation period, right? 6
Yeah,
months.
yeah.
So it's also, and I will bring everything to the board, if anything, because
Yes.
you can never say that's 100% going to work out. But that's
Okay.
the positive of having someone who you have already trained and had. Yeah.
Okay.
So the way things stand now, you know that one of those two girls will be able to fill the job
Lady.
competent.
You know what? These women
Sorry.
are not 16.
Some women,
I'm sorry.
thank you.
I just heard
Sorry.
it
No,
so many
that's-
times.
When you get my age, you get,
Yeah, well,
everyone.
I'm there too. I
We're still
understand.
females.
Sorry.
No,
No, young ladies.
Elena, if Sue were to get it, then you'd have to hire another children's person or another, or
Let
or
me put it this
she-
way. I've spoken to you a little bit about this. It's really complicated right now. I do indeed need the library assistant with a focus on children's services. But since right now, and again, you're talking 30 hours, you can do a lot in 30. Again, I cannot do my job in 30 hours, you know that, but thinking that Gail was able to do what she did in 27, and you are willing to add on 3 more. So I don't know, probably focus on children's service or combined library, just library assistant. And we'll see. I don't probably, because technically if whoever gets promoted to the library library director assistant, then the position gets emptied. Technically should be children's, but I'm not saying it's not just children's services. Like Sue right now, she does everything, processing. We all do processing because this is what we do is cheaper than ordering processing through Baker and Taylor. It costs us less, and we do it the way we want it, and because they don't do a good job, not at all. So yeah, processing, cataloging, that Gail and I did cataloging, so that would be also done by the person in this position. It's a lot. Yeah.
Okay,
I think this is gonna
cataloging
be a
is a challenge.
process anyway. I mean, as you go along, you'll see where your talents lie. And, there's nothing to say everything is carved in stone and it can't be changed. You
Yeah, that's why I said you guys,
adjust as you go along because certain people
I
have
know.
are stronger in some areas.
Yes,
than others.
exactly.
It's really, we've had a lot of things, we've had a very big turnover. We hired Yvonne last June. We hired Sue in December. So these are 2 new people in the library, technically. And then before that, you remember we had Libby, Heidi, Bonnie, right? And it's been a lot of training
Yes.
involved.
I mean, hopefully these 2 people will fit in. Well, then we're only looking at 1 that you have to train.
I'm just saying, yes.
That
So
would be really good.
So you want me to put 2 positions through Laurel tomorrow?
Sure. Why not?
Okay, yeah, and
That's
Sally,
approved.
I will appreciate your suggestion of the library direct, I can't talk anymore.
Library director assistant.
Whatever you have compiled.
Okay,
And we
Because I
do
do
want to
have
put that
another
in
one.
for 30 hours
Yes,
definitely.
and the other one for 20.
Yeah, these ones I have to, because right now, as I said, I just can't so much, especially we have transitions to digital a lot. And plus there is the book requests. I mean, technically, usually people just come and get them. And now you have to assemble it, it's just additional work, and then pick, and it's a little bit more work and still processing, because people are absolutely hungry for new books. That we know, and they were so happy that we have started drive up, pick up. Yeah,
I'd like to make a motion that we take our 2 15-hour week positions and bring them up at, I was going to say 20, and I think that's what it'll ultimately be. But until we have someone in the 30-hour week position, you may need to use the girls for more time.
yes,
So I would say
okay.
up to 25. So from 15 to 25 hours, not saying you're going to use the whole 25, but that at least, you've got the
Yeah.
position to do so.
I have to do the schedule though to the first selectman. So how many? So 25?
Well, see what you need, because this is a time of change. And if you
Yeah.
need 25, use 25.
And then later on, when the position is of the library director assistant is filled, then they will be taken away from them, the
That's
5
right.
hours.
Yeah,
So if you
So
do
this is
20, between
very-
20 and 25, Sally is saying you can do 20 and go up to 25 if you need. When you
Okay.
hire the new director assistant, then you can go back from 25 if you
Okay.
felt you needed to go up there, and go back to 20. It just gives you a little flexibility.
Okay, so if ladies, if you could, put it on all in. as a-
Sally's
motion.
going to finish her motion.
okay, well, we're going to work between 15 and 25 hours for the 2 library assistant positions. Temporarily,
15
until we have
and
a
5
person in place.
Temporarily until we get a new library director assistant.
Right.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Yes, I'll make that second.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so that passes.
We have to vote.
We did.
We just said
Oh,
aye.
do we?
We all said aye.
Oh, I didn't. I'm
Except you,
slow
okay.
here.
Oh, come on, Deb, get with the program.
I know. I was
Starting the minutes.
I'm not hearing stuff here. Okay, passed. Oh, don't get old.
Debating about abstaining too.
Okay,
I-
so what else do we have? Okay, so are we all set with it? Was there anything else? I heard Libby's name mentioned. Do we know anything about what's going on with her? Is she still in China?
No, she's home and she's needs a job and would love to work for you and will do anything you want her to do.
Well, what about that 20-hour position? Would she be interested in that, or Elena be
Yes.
interested in having her come up to do that?
Yes,
That would be nice.
sure. Can she apply? If you, as a
Yes,
board.
she can apply. You know, once we get past this 5-day union thing,
Yeah.
you know, this
Anybody can
may
apply.
come together a lot faster than we think.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the 5 union, and then she can apply.
Yes.
Okay, Bev,
Mhm.
You post it 5 days later and she can apply. Yeah.
yeah,
But you would have to you'd have to post it for the public at that point, right?
No,
No?
I don't believe so, as long as it's available to the union.
But she's not in the union.
No, but anybody can apply. It doesn't, you
Right.
don't have to be invited to apply.
just the union employees are considered first.
Right, you have to
Yeah.
go
Right.
through that, and then anybody can apply. But we don't have to advertise this in a newspaper just for the sake of advertising it if we don't need to.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry.
if it's looking like we might wrap this up with a big bow very quickly with the people
Yeah.
that we have that have already been there, that Elena already knows, has already worked with, and thank goodness Libby's back. I mean, we could
Right.
just wrap this up after the 5 days.
Works for me. I just thought the union got the first vote in the 5 days,
Yeah, they
and
did.
then it
Yes,
would
they
go to
do.
the public.
Usually, as far as what we've done this many times, no one applies, but if anyone applies, then that person would be considered first. But
Okay,
let's see.
Not first over our employees, but first over the public.
Yes.
Yeah, if we've got Libby right there, I would grab her up right away.
yeah, okay, I'll call her and tell her to send in her,
Yeah,
Send
and if
her-
you could
yeah,
also.
Resend. I'm sure we already have it, but resend it.
Oh, yeah,
and
'cause
also
Scout-
since she has new experience working with children.
oh, yeah.
Yes.
Teaching, and she has a bachelor's now. If she could also
Oh, good.
add that, and
Yeah.
the experience working with the children, because she probably will be doing children's programming, possibly.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this would be really helpful to get you help as quickly as possible.
Right.
Right. Very good. Sounds good.
So it sounds like we can get people to work in the library, but we just can't come and visit.
Right.
I mean, it's going to be when Tom tells me that the governor commissioner gave us a go ahead.
Yes.
We're gonna open with the restrictions. I have my plan that I said that I have compiled, and it's all
Okay.
going to be.
Well,
in
you
stone as
make
of
sure that
yesterday.
plan comes to us so that we can help
Yes.
you.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, two things. We don't know when the governor's gonna, say okay. And that's why I want your office ready so that you can work at the same time the girls are working, that we're not stuck for space.
Right.
The
I think.
other
I
thing
think-
is, can I finish, Jen?
Jen,
Yes,
hold
The
on.
other thing is, you're seeing a lot of plexiglass around in front of desks. Should we consider having something like that done with our charge desk?
That's the Tom is having this done. They already measured.
Oh, good.
So
Okay.
yeah, and Tom is here. So when Tom can speak, if he's willing, you can ask some questions.
Okay.
Yeah, so yesterday Sam came and measured with Tom, and yes.
Oh,
And
good. Okay.
I will, when we are allowed to go ahead, I will let you know how I'm gonna be doing this. Yeah.
Okay.
It's different times. Though work still needs to be done. I don't know. Thinking is still a lot of
So
work.
let me finish this up with one more thing. I mean, it's sounding like it's pretty successful with the options that we have, but when we're done with the library director assistant and we're done with the new position, how do we then go back and address Elena's hours? Because it sounds like we're going to be able to get other positions satisfied, but we're still not satisfied with the
We don't
hours for
know.
the director's position.
We don't know if we're going to get those other positions satisfied. We've always been knocked down before. How do we know we're going to get those satisfied?
We're gonna try our best.
We don't.
Yeah,
We're
that's
gonna
good.
we're gonna
Try it.
we're gonna bring that. It's gonna have to go up to the first selectman.
I thought the finance board decided,
No.
or
the
no.
No.
It's happy.
Oh,
No,
okay.
the Board of Finance doesn't determine the hours for the library. The library board of directors determines
The hours.
the hours, and and Elena does the schedule, and Elena
Yep.
does the hiring.
Got it.
Okay.
Thanks, just checking.
All right.
Jen, did you want to chime in with something? Because
No,
we-
I just
I
was
think-
gonna say, I had forgotten, but then I remembered, what I was thinking was that, the deadline, Lamont's moved it up now moved it out or whatever until like the 22nd, I think, of next month or something like that. It's like June 22nd or June 23rd,
Okay,
somewhere like that. So we are, we've gone beyond the May 20th. There's certain things. that
It's only
are
for
gonna be-
something.
Or is that only for the-
everyone.
Is
I
that
don't
just
know.
only for like the hairdressers and things?
You will have to ask Tom, because he talks to commissioner, governor. It's
Yeah.
that I may not. It's not.
it's also on, I mean, it's on TV, changes it
It's on
every
the
day,
news,
so,
yeah.
it's available, and it's available online.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, that's,
Now, do we need to make a motion for the positions for the 30 hours and for the 20 hour?
That we already did.
I don't think
I'm
we
sorry.
made a
I'm
motion.
having trouble hearing every
Okay.
so often.
I don't remember us making a motion though for that.
I beg your pardon?
I don't remember us making a motion for the 20-hour, 30-hour, whatever.
Okay,
I
go
know we-
do it then.
Yes,
Better to have
Sally
two
made it,
fingers
Sally
on.
made a motion.
See, I'm not hearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So Ginny's making a motion that we post 1 30-hour for library director assistant and 1 20-hour for library assistant.
Is that acceptable to all of you?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Okay.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
And then Sally's was a temporarily, at this point, the employees will be working anywhere from 15 to 25 hours until the positions are filled.
Right.
And that will
Okay.
be at Elena's discretion, depending on the workload.
Correct.
Yes, that's a motion.
Yeah, no, yeah, I got that. I just want to make sure I word it correctly.
Okay.
Okay. I'm all set on those two. Thank you.
Okay, ladies, well, do we have anything else? Anybody?
I'm looking
No?
at the agenda.
Okay.
Nope,
Okay, then I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're
That was-
adjourned. Thank
Was
you
that
so
Ginny?
much.
I second it, yes.
Ginny?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm in.
Wow,
Karen.
this was our first Zoom meeting, ladies.